Hello, Nick. So, looks like we're ready to get started on this. Um, I read through the rules, and I don't know. I don't know if the version 3 are that much better. I kind of wish I would have stuck with version 1 and went from there. But anyways, first, I have something to show you. Is this? My wife was out and about, and she sent me a picture, or a text of a picture. Had this. I could see this part, just the top. I didn't even know it was a box. I actually thought it was just like a piece of wood that had the lion in it that you would sit the glasses on, and I saw the glasses. And she asked, and I showed, oh, that looks really cool. And she asked if I wanted it, and I said, well, sure, because I don't have a whole lot of Detroit Lions stuff. So I have this now, and man, now I don't know what to do with it, because it's pretty nice. It's this wood box. Has the Lions insignia on it, and inside are two glasses, rocks glasses, very nice with the looks, I don't know if it's etched or what. I don't think it's etched. The lion, I don't know if you can see that very well. Maybe, yeah, I don't think, you can see it enough. Kind of see it in the, yeah, so I got two glasses of that. And then I have 8 of these, I don't know what these are called. I guess just stones that you put in the freezer to get cold. And then you put those in your drink instead of ice cubes, so that you don't have, it doesn't get watered down. There's a little bag to put them in, and then a little pair of plastic tipped tweezers to take them and carefully place them in the glass so that they don't break the glass. So man, I mean, this is so ritzy for me. I almost don't want to use it, but I will. Probably wash these up and put these right up in the cupboard next to my my special Red Wings glass. And I don't know, I guess I'll have these little rocks in the bag up in the cupboard with that, and when I want to use them, I'll put them in the freezer for a while. I don't know how long that takes, and there you go. And then I'll have this this nice box with the lines on it. I don't know, wood box is kind of cheap. It probably would easily be torn apart if you were a little hard on it. But anyways, thought I'd share. I'm pretty tickled with that. All right, let's get into it. So I thought I would just kind of start on things here. I know I was kind of debating whether I would even show any of the play online, or if I just kind of give a recap. But I don't know. I'm kind of thinking maybe if I do it online, that or not online, but if I do kind of play it on camera, maybe that would help me focus a bit on it. So like I said, the 3rd edition rule, or version 3 of the rules, yeah, I don't know. I mean, even they had some spots where I wasn't really sure. Like I said, I kind of wish I just would have stuck with the original rules, and I might have had a little better understanding. Now I've got like my mind over 2 rule set, or 2 versions of the rules, and I'm like questioning myself on everything. So we'll see. But anyways, I just figure let's get going on this. So, according to the sequence of play, both sequences of play. So we've got reinforcements here. We got reinforcements here. So both players place their reinforcements after consulting their respective reinforcements charts. And the Colonials, they're not going to get anything because we are starting in the spring of 1775. So the Colonials don't get anything to start. The British do. So they get, I guess, 2 SP, British SP, regulars, Howe, Clinton, Burgoyne, all of 2-star rank, and they're headed to Boston. And that's another thing. Something I would think would be very useful is on, I feel like they should have put some sort of summary about the leaders on here. Because the only place about them are in the rules, and some important things that I think could have been in some little table out here is right here about 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, how many SP they can lead, and 3-star can command armies. I mean, yeah, I'll probably have that put to memory before too long. But then there's also in combat, A generals are +3, B, C, D. These are useful things that could have just been. I mean, there's room. I don't know. Just a little bit of an annoyance that those aren't there. That seems like something that would be useful. Of course, who knows? Maybe they're somewhere in these, and I'm just stupid and don't know. But anyways, let me get those ready to go, and we'll continue. All right. So here we have them. We got 2 British regulars. We've got Clinton, Howe, and Burgoyne. They're all 2-stars. Howe is an A. Clinton a B and Burgoyne a C, so A descending is better in combat. W Howe, mind you, which I don't know what I was listening to lately, but I do know that this Howe had a brother who was in the Navy. I think I don't know how much action. I mean, who knows? Maybe he'll come in later as a fleet commander, but. I think the French and Indian War, maybe he was a big deal, the naval commander. So anyways, we'll put this up here in Europe, but we'll probably take care of that shortly by having them come down. So we'll put that off to the side now. 6 nations and foreign entry, we don't need that at the moment. All right, so we placed the reinforcements from the chart. Think any of this stuff is going to matter. The magazines are already on the board, so we don't do that this first year. I do need to do the cards. I probably should have done that originally. I think we're just gonna head into it. I need to do the cards, so here is the cards which I prepared. So, I guess the big deal of who gets the card first. So we'll say I meant to actually dig out blue and red die. May do that later. I don't feel like necessarily doing it now, but we'll have black be the British, white be the Colonials. High gets to draw first, and of course it's a tie. Good thing that wasn't a initiative. Here we go again. And 5-2. So first card goes to the British. We'll go back and forth. So here's the British. They get a battle card. The Colonials, they get a battle card. Boy, who shuffled these? Extended March for the British. Another battle card. Boy, for the Colonials. All right, so this we're going to have to deal with because that is not a British card. And another battle card. Who in the Hef shuffled these? All right, so the British player has to offer this to the American player because it's not a usable card by him. So let's see. I would say most likely the Colonials will take it because all they have is battle cards. Add TC to any friendly force. Oh, what the heck is TC? Task check from ASL. Oh, Tactical Commander Henry Dearborn. Yes. Well, they will definitely take that. So they'll discard that. They'll take that. We'll have a discard pile up over here. And then the British will replace it with another extended march. Yeah, who shuffled these? That was a really bad shuffle. I need a way to make sure I don't get confused over whose cards are who. And you know how I'm going to do that? I'm going to use these extra counters. So let's spread these out. And let's see, we'll have this here to denote the British cards. And we'll have this here to denote the Colonial cards. All right, so I guess that is that. So we're into the 1775 spring turn. Early spring, yeah, I think we're just going to skip that. That's where we actually would draw cards, but I mean, we're all the way up here. All right, initiative phase. Yeah. All right. So you know what? I think I am going to get I'm going to dig out some dice. So hold steady. All right, there we are. So got some big dice that we'll use for any dice in the tower rolls that we need for initiative, combat, and then I guess some little dice if we need to mark something. Maybe I can keep track of movement points used. So, all right. So we're gonna roll. Well, no, we're not. I think. Where's my the very first turn is special. I believe the British are gonna get it. Yeah, the British player takes the first AP. So there's both players put their marker. Okay, so this very first turn, there's only going to be. Oh, okay. I'll explain this a bit. All right, so this is the British marker. So they're going to go first, and we're only going to have 2 action pulses this turn. And this, there's a little special thing you can get and print out to put there. There should be no 5 there, but I'm just going to mark it like that. So we'll mark that the British have the first initiative, and then the Colonials go next. I guess one thing I should mention, so I'll go over a little bit here, victory conditions. So there's victory conditions prior to French entry and then after French entry. So I'm just going to go over what we can have right now. So the British, so I mean there's the political will track here. The obviously reducing, the British can reduce the Colonials to 0 if it's at that level after any colonial action pulse. They win, but that's crazy. There's no way that can happen. I mean, logically. The other way is in 1775, control all colonies in New England while not losing both Montreal and Quebec. So, as the British player, we will attempt that, but I don't even. So, New England, the New England colonies. So that's Massachusetts, Connecticut, New Hampshire, Rhode Island. So Rhode Island, there's only one key that we need to control in there. Connecticut, they need 3. I mean, this is ridiculous. Massachusetts, they need to get 3 more since they currently control Boston. And then New Hampshire, there's 1. I guess there's 1 there. And then I guess this we don't care about up in there. There's no key spots that we need to care about. But that seems pretty unlikely. So, I mean, the war is going to continue. And, you know, well, I'll continue on. So the colonial victory conditions, if they can reduce the British to 0, which the political will, which the British are only at 2, which seems possible if they can get the right cards, which I know there's some that reduce political will, and if they can have a big victory. Anytime that you force a 5 SP or greater force to surrender, that's a victory point, and I think it reduces political will. Yeah, so they're prior to French entry, they can reduce the British political will to 0 or cause the surrender of a second British army or force of at least 5 SP. So they're playing the long game. And then reading on, for after French entry, the game kind of posits to me that I don't know. It was very unlikely that the British were going to be able to put down the rebellion, and that the Colonials weren't going to win. But we'll see what we can do, because I'm going to work hard as the British to make that happen. So let's continue on here. So the British get to go first. They get the first action pulse. So we're going to have the so on your action pulse, you can choose a force that's going to do something, but then there's a lot of free stuff you can do. So like moving units from the Europe box, using British naval transport. So you can, like we could have, even without that that fleet marker here in Boston, we have 3 capacity for this year. So throughout the whole of 1775, we can move 3 SP from one port to another, independent of that fleet. I think we can use the fleet for some transport also. But I'd have to get into that. But right now I'm just going to concentrate on these New England states and see what I can do up here. Fleet, we can move fleets and Lake Navy. So again, these are things that are free, that don't use up our action pulse. Retreat before combat. Well, that's dumb. I mean, that's not needed to be spelled out. That's on the other, doesn't have the, well, I guess that's, forget it. A leader beginning his turn laying siege. A roll on siege table. Completing a fort, already on the build side. Expending a loyalist chit. So loyalist chits. So the British have 4 of these loyalist chits, and they can use 1 in each, I guess, region. So there's, New England, the southern regions. So there's, where are we at here? So there's New England up here, right here, these. Then there's this region, the Middle States, this region, the Tidewater, and then the Deep South down here. Only the British and the Spanish can enter or do anything in Florida. And yeah, so basically we're just going to move on. I don't know, sorry, I'm distracted. I keep getting texts that I should probably look at. But all right, so we're going to move these forces from Europe, and we have to roll to see how far they can go. 2. So that's 2 zones when you're traveling by sea. So they can take this out of here, and they're bound for Boston, so I can't change where they're headed. So they go to this zone, and then they come into Boston. So now, when you land, you can always move one. You have one movement point that you can move. So I think we're going to move down here and attack Newport. Who do we want to take? Howard would be good. Oops. Who we got in here? Ugh, he's not a good good battle leader. You know what? I think we'll have Clinton, because how I maybe would want to take control of some troops here. So Clinton, so he's a 2-star leader. He can command up to 10, but these are the guys that he arrived with. He's going to use his one free move, or not free move, but his one movement point. He's going to move down to here. So now this militia, which is going to have 2-to-1 odds. Let's see, where's all the combat mods? Let's see. So 2-to-1 odds is going to give a +1. The leader value of Clinton, let's see, he's a B, so I believe that is, so that's +2, so that's a +3 right there. I think that's it. He has line of communication. They both have line of communication. The Colonials for line of communication just need to be able to be within 6 movement points of any of these key spots, so no problem there. And the British need to be within 6 movement points of a port that goes to a non-blockaded sea spot back to Europe, so they can trace to here for one, and then they're fine. So we don't have to worry about any of that line of communication stuff, which is I don't know, annoying things to me in all games, but it makes sense. So I think it would make sense for this guy to attempt to retreat. So he can retreat. He doesn't have a leader with him. So I believe, if I am remembering correctly, he has to roll a 1 or a 2 on a d6. Let me just confirm that quick. Oh, I cannot find anything in here. Hold on, let me pause. Yeah, so in the original rules, 12.11, retreat before combat. So if the leader was with them, they could move a space away if they rolled less than, if they rolled less than the leader's command value. If there is no leader, or the leader's of insufficient rank to command the whole stack, they have to roll a 1 or a 2. So we'll roll here, and they roll a 2. It just about was a 6, but they are able to withdraw. So they will withdraw to here. Clinton takes over, and Rhode Island has fallen. So that is a political will bump for the British and a lowering for the Colonials. I guess one thing why I have these little spacers on here, I have them at certain cities take so many SP to control. So that reminds me, I should see what Newport needs. Newport needs 2. And amazingly, we have 2. Boston is special on this first turn. I believe it takes 4. And they have that, but I think only, the British can hold it with 1 on this first turn, but for this year, but next year it needs 4. I remember that rule. I'm not gonna be able to find it to confirm it, but I do remember it, and that's that. So anyways, so now we got to decide what to do. So these guys are in here now, and I would guess, I'm going to say they can't take part in this because that was a free move. So we got Gage, who sucks as a D commander, but he's got some peoples here. However, I have to be aware that I need to get some people back in there. So this guy's a 6. Yeah, we would be at really bad odds. Maybe we'll wait till next turn for Howe to take over or something. Nope, Arnold isn't ours yet. Maybe we'll do something with Carlton up there, or Dunmore down here. So let me think about that, and I'll get back. Okay, so we've got Johnson down here with 2 SP of Loyalists. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna have him come in this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if he succeeds on his activation, he'll have 4 movement points. If he fails, he'll have 2 movement points. If we follow a river the whole time, you get a bonus movement point. But I was kind of thinking of having him head over here to help control some of these spots. And then he'll also kind of be available in case Ethan Allen decides to get frisky down here against our garrisons, which I had thought of Carlton coming down there, but I think I'll just hold at first to so there's garrisons in all 3 of these spots. And I got Carlton up here with an SP of Loyalists and regulars. So I think I'll just kind of hold there, and I'll have this guy go. You know, we want to see what's going to happen here. So he's going to go. His stated goal is 1, 2, 3. Could have him go there. I could have him go there, get a bonus. Oh, but he LOC. See this? So right now he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh man. See this? Those line of communications, I feel just, well, he's 2 SP. It doesn't matter. 2 SP forces don't care. He's a C, so he gets a +1 in battle. I could have him go 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? Yeah, let's have Johnson go a little headhunting. We'll put him in a position to maybe go after Ethan Allen, kind of secure the north of our frontier. So we're going to have him. So Johnson's and his perfect goal is if he has 4, he's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he gets an extra 1 because he's moving all along the river, and he stays along the river. So he's going to move to Montreal. So we'll roll the dice. I have to roll 4. Ooh, yeah, you can still see that. So I have to roll 4 or less for him to get 4 movement points. He gets a 1. So he will be able to move 1, 2, 3, 4, bonus 5 down the river, and he's at the Fort of Montreal. All right, so what we do then is we move the action pulse down, and then the Colonials will get to go. I'm going to pause it here, check to see what's happening in the world with the text I've been getting, and I'll be back. All right, so here's the Colonials action pulse. So I think they're going to activate Ethan Allen. And declaring his path, I'm going to go across here. It cost me 2 movement to go across there. But one of the videos that Gilbert did, he like said it would be better to go this way, you know, because, but I don't understand that. It costs 2 to go here. It costs 1, 2, 3 to go that route. I don't see why, like I don't see any adverse effect on combat table because you came on a trail and through the wilderness. So I don't know. I'm confused about that. But Ethan Allen is going to go across there. So whatever I roll, he's going to have 2 at minimum. So his roll's a 6. So actually, he failed. He rolled above his activation number. So he's only got 2 movement points. But he can use the 2 to go on the wilderness trail, and he's going to come into there. Now, I don't believe garrisons can retreat. So the battle is just going to happen. And, oh yeah, I meant to look up overrun. I can't remember what kind of odds you need to have. Overrun 12, 13. Overrun if you have 8 to 1, which he's going to have. So he's got 2 with him. So 2 at a quarter is that's 8 to 1 odds. So he's going to overrun. And there's the fort though. Fortresses can never be overrun. A fort can. Okay. So yeah. So this is a fortress because of the star there. So it actually can't be overrun. So we're going to have giant odds. But he's going to have to fight it, which I'm sure he's going to win. And garrisons get no mods for the. I think they only get it from forts. So let's look on here. So the garrison's going to roll on the less than 1 on the petite guerre chart. And then Ethan Allen will roll in the 2. As far as modifiers, Ethan Allen, he's a D. He doesn't get any modifier. The garrison doesn't get anything for the entrenchments. Normally 8 to 1 would be overrun, but it doesn't apply in this case. So we'll give him +3 for that. So I'll roll both die, add 3 to the blue. So the British rolled a 6, the Colonials rolled a 5, add 3 to that. So we've got 8 on there. They get 3-star. The garrison gets an R, so they defeat it. And so that means that the garrison goes away. Ethan Allen has taken control of Fort Ticonderoga, and now I see the error of my ways. I should have had, I think, Carleton. Oh, of course, Carleton is he's the governor of Canada, and I don't think he can move out of Canada. He can. He can only move as far as Fort Ticonderoga. So I should have, it's weird. So it says he can't move out of Canada, but then it says he can only move as far as Fort Ticonderoga. So probably would have been a good idea to have had him move a unit down there so that he could have helped defend that. So now we've got some issues here as to what to do. So the action pulse moves down. Now we're going to roll initiative to see who goes next. So the Colonials. So they will stay there. And this gets flipped. And let's think about what we're going to do. All right. So I think Ethan Allen, he's there in the fort. Pretty sure he gets benefit of the fort when he's attacked. So I think he's going to be pretty secure. Well, entrench. Oh, that's a fortress. -3 to the attacker. Oh, I wonder if I should have. Hold on, I need to check. I might have shortchanged the garrison there. All right, it looks like I did it correctly. Garrisons are special finicky units. They're really just to show control of a space. So garrison can never attack. In defense, a garrison unit alone, whether in a fortress, fort, or entrenchment space, always rolls on less than 1. I mean, that's duh. It gains no advantage from being in a fortress or fort. That really sucks. And then attacker effects. If the lone garrison counter is on an entrenchment space, it still causes the -1 die roll modifier to the attacker. However, if the lone garrison counter is on a fortress space, the attacker does not suffer the -3 roll modifier. Don't understand that, but okay. I guess maybe a fortress is too big for it to properly man, but if they dig some entrenchments, they can more accurate or better defend it. I don't get it. So anyways, I didn't actually cause a loss with that also. So normally that would just mean a retreat, but I don't think that's going to matter because I don't know if garrisons retreat. Where would that be? Yeah, I don't see it. It doesn't say anything about garrisons retreating, and I mean, if they're small enough that they can't even. Yeah, the only time a garrison can be the winner in a battle is if it rolls a 12. With any other result, the garrison loses. So it would have to retreat, and well, I don't see anywhere where it says they don't retreat, so I guess it would have retreated upriver to Valcor. And if it's forced to retreat again, I mean, if there's already a garrison in a spot, I don't think that it matters. And this is a fort, and this is an entrenchment. So big mistake. Not. I think that must be the thing you're supposed to do first. But anyways, Ethan Allen is very secure inside that fortress. I mean, the attacker's going to get a -3 against him. So he's pretty fat and happy in there. I think what we're going to do is we're going to have Benedict Arnold gather up this militia, and I would attack, but however, there's a -1. There's a bad modifier if militia is involved. If just militia is involved with just regulars, so the side with just regulars would get a +/-1, whichever benefits them. Well, it'd be a +1. Yeah, so if I attack here, Clinton would get a +1 for having regulars versus militia, and Arnold would get a -1. However, Arnold he's an A to a B, so he would be able to cancel out his it basically would be a tie, but I don't know if that's worth it. But you know what, he wants to gather this guy, so he's got two options. He could do the I can't remember what it's called. There's an action muster, I think it is, that leaders can do. Anybody within one space of him can gather into his space, so he could go into there. But I think what I'll do is I'll say he's going to go 1, pick that up, 2, 3 into New York. I think that's going to be his path. So let's roll his activation. So anything but a 6. He gets it, so he'll go here for 1, pick that guy up, go 2, 3 into there. So he's got 2, 2 in his force. There's no kind of entrenchments there, so he's going to overrun, and he'll just take New York away. So overrun, I think there's no retreat. I think they're destroyed. 12, 13. At this point, so we gotta remove from the board. Yeah. So overruns it. Fortresses can't. Yeah. So, oh wait. Sorry that I'm. I tried, like when I play these, I try to kind of look things up as I go to make sure I'm doing them right, and then it just kind of becomes ingrained in my head. But yeah, so I could have had this guy, I guess, attempt. It says you can have him attempt to retreat. I don't think garrisons can retreat. Let me pause it. I'm going to really dig into this before I come back. And anyways, I'll be back. Yeah, I can't find anywhere that garrisons can't attempt to retreat. Just, I don't know. It seems at odds with the rules, but I don't see anywhere where it says that. Plus, this guy's going to have to retreat to a colonial default controlled space, but I don't know. We'll do it. We'll see. Otherwise, he's dead. So he rolls a 2, so supposedly he can retreat. So he will retreat up there, which, yeah, I just don't think these guys can. I may have to look online for that. But Arnold has taken New York away from the British. Oh, also, just as a note, so these things with the key spaces, and which Fort Ticonderoga was also, when you move on to those, you have the option, like if you're there with somebody, with the enemy, you can attack, but you don't have to. So Ethan Allen could have just sat in the same space. But if you decline to attack, the force there has the option then to attack you. Of course, garrisons can't attack, so that didn't matter. But anyways, we have taken New York away, and we'll continue. Also, even though, like New York, like the way this was, New York needs so many SP to control it. Oh, but that's by default. I should check and see here if they actually control it. New York needs 3. So this really isn't even under Arnold's control because he's only got 2, but he has pushed them out. So what this means is I think the British could come in here and so he doesn't control it. So I don't even think if they decline to attack, I don't think he could counterattack. I don't know, little odd things like that kind of are annoying to figure out, or maybe I'm just making too much of it. All right, I got to figure out what the British are going to do. Okay, so at the moment, the British have 5 total strength in Boston. 4 regulars and 1 loyalist. Now, Boston normally would require 4 SP to have it under control, but in 1775, the British only need 1. So Howe is going to take those 4 regulars, and he's going to, let's see, he's going to march on this militia here, and so I don't, at this juncture, I don't know if he has to specify more than he's just going into there, because if they retreat, I mean, he's going to follow them. And so I don't think he has them. He's going to go there, he's going to go there. I think he's going to move in there and he's going to continue to follow them. I don't know how else to do that. So rolling the dice. His activation is 4. He rolled a 5, so he only has 2 movement points. So he's going to move into here. So at the moment, so he's 4 to 6, which is I think that goes to 1 to 2 odds. I think for the combat odds, I think that only goes to the attacker. You know, I should have a little notebook here or something where I write down these things that I'm assuming and then go look them up and see if they've been addressed. But I think it only affects the attacker. So he's coming in at 1 to 2 odds, so that's a -1. But he's got all regulars against all militia. Now this does cut on both sides, so he's going to have a +1 there. So that's going to cancel the odds problem. And then he is an A, which means he's going to have +3 in battle. So, you know what? Let me, we use this. Oh, wait. Need to use the right color. So he's at a +3. And then, I don't think, oh, so then, well, I don't know how to denote minus, but the militia is going to be at a -1. Wow, that kind of sucks, but that's the way it is. I mean, even if odds would go both ways, the Colonials don't reach 2 to 1 odds, so that's the way it is. So, oh wow, do they want to get out of here? Are they hoping for some? Yeah, they're going to try to retreat. So I'm going to roll a 1. So they can retreat. So here's the question. Do they... I know, so magazines, which I haven't talked about, so how your line of communication can go 6 movement points back to the source. Magazines act as a source, so you can go 6 movement points from a magazine. So I know, and they also aid in wintering, increase the amount of SP that can be on a space. Enemy SP can capture a magazine if it is alone. Once captured, is fled over. If a friendly SP are forced to retreat, including overrun, the magazine is destroyed. Well, this isn't a force. So, yeah, so they're going to be giving up the magazine by doing this, but I think at the moment they're fine with that. Which way they want to go? Maybe they'll head over this way. So Howe takes that spot, takes the magazine. Oh, I have to replace it with a British colored magazine. Well, that's weird. Here's one where it's got it on both sides. So this becomes British. So he is going to continue. Oops. He wants battle, so he's going to follow. So now here's a weird thing. So if he moves out of there, he no longer controls that. Does the magazine? I don't think the magazine reverts. You know what, though? He's going to leave one behind because they want... The goal here is to control the key spaces, so he's going to break one off because it's not going to hurt his odds. He's already attacking 1 to 2. Of course, now the militia would be 2 to 1 if they also get it, which I have to look up. So they're coming in. Same odds. So the battle cards don't Well, we're not in a battle yet. Do they want to retreat again? So here was one thing with the retreating. Like the attacking force could continue to follow them. I wonder if that was in the version 3 rules, because in the original it doesn't say much at all. Retreat before combat. So when a moving force enters a space containing enemy SP, the enemy has the option to retreat before combat, even if it is a controlled key space where combat is optional. Leaders alone on a space can always retreat before combat if a path of retreat is available. The retreating force could retreat one space, and if the moving force has movement points available, it spends it to move into the retreating force's space. The retreating force could continue his retreat another space, and if the moving force, it could follow. So this kind of threw me. So like, I don't know, like, since this force retreated once, could it retreat again without having to roll, or does it need to roll again? I would guess, I mean, it seems like it makes sense to me they would have to roll again for every space. Of course, then I could also argue with myself that if they're already retreated, they're kind of in that mode, they could continue fleeing ahead of the force. I gotta decide how to, let's, I don't know, for this one, let's let the dice decide. They didn't want to attack or have battle before. They're going to, they'll try to retreat again. They got a 2, so doesn't matter. We're playing the rules right at the moment, without knowing for sure. He's going to retreat up to there, stay on the river. So Howe has taken that, and wow, if they take that, they will have taken Massachusetts. So that is that, and that is the end of the action pulse. So we're going to move into early summer, and maybe we'll call it good here. Maybe I'll try to do a little research onto those questions that keep coming into my head, and we'll address those when I come back for the early summer turn of 1775. All right, see ya. Little post-turn update here. I did some searching through the rules, both sets of rules that I have, version 1, version 3, and looked on BGG while I've got some food in the oven cooking, and I can't find anything decisive other than there was one comment where it's hinted at that garrison units are destroyed if they have to retreat. And another post that they represent like 14 men, and a lot of stuff saying how, you know, they're control markers, and it does say that in the rules that they act as control markers, but it doesn't anywhere say that. I mean, since they can be attacked as a quarter SP, so I mean, like a 1 SP unit can attack it and it still has to beat it, though they can't ever win. So I don't know, it's just, I don't know, a little bit frustrating. I don't know why in the garrison description section it couldn't just say that, you know, they destroyed if they have to retreat. Heck, I don't even see anywhere where it says you can't choose them to move. There's one part where it says if they're stacked with other SP that in combat that they suffer the results that force has. So if that force retreats, I guess in that special case they retreat. I don't know, a little bit frustrating, but we're gonna move on. So that's it for this turn. I'll be back sometime later.